Hello, everybody. Y'all know who I am, and it is that magical day, the first call of the month, where we do the Q&A. I'm just taking a look, and I'm seeing me there. So let me just take a look at this, and I have one question. That is all today, and that's okay. If nobody comes on, then that one person is going to get their question answered. But first, let's step into the energy of beautiful grounding. So take a breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel the physicalness of your body. Get the sense of the draw of the gravitational pull and how grounding that is. And allow yourself to really sit in the energy of that grounding energy instead of feeling like you're dashing this way and dashing that way. Just feel into the energy of being in the state of being. I love that. Being in the state of being. So feel into the energy of the soles of your feet on the ground, that real strong connection to Mother Earth. Asking your mind, body, and soul to do whatever it needs to do to heal in this space. Calling in the compassionate spirit guides. Asking you to be open to receive any wisdom that's coming through and be willing to accept, trust, and believe whatever resonates with you. Going deeply into that beautiful heart space. And as you're going deeply into that heart space, asking your mind to be open with no expectations, no limitations, and being okay with the outcome. Going back into that beautiful heart space. Wrap your arms around yourself in this moment, in this beautiful sacred space that we're in. I am love. I am loved. I am loving. I am lovable. I love me. I love myself. Feel into the energy of that. That was beautiful. Right on. Thank you so much. So, as I said, there's only literally one question, and that's fine. If nobody else has a question, it is what it is. So, that question is from the beautiful Colleen. What is it I need to explore for a potential career change? It's so interesting. Every time I see your full name, I get this real Egyptian energy, and I have no idea what nationality your name represents. But I'm just every time I see it, I feel into the energy of this beautiful Egyptian energy. So when I address your question, it's so interesting because I'm feeling the energy of somebody who's a leader, somebody who has the potential to be a great leader. And so when you say a potential career change, what are your goals? Tap into the energy of what your goals are, Colleen. And when I say what are your goals, it's I'm not talking the financial reward. I'd like to say that should be like the bottom of the list. Although in some cases we really are concerned about where the money end of things are. So it feels like what do you want to get out of this job career, right? And as I'm saying that, I'm feeling swan energy is coming up for some reason. Okay. And I'm not sure what the swan energy is about. Oh, okay. Thank you guys. So I was shown the black swan and then the white swan. And the black swan, was that ugly duckling who then flourished and became this beautiful, incredible white swan. And there's something like I was just saying about this leadership role that it's time for you to step up and all the knowledge that you've already had. I don't know if schooling will be involved, but it feels like the energy of you stepping up a notch, taking yourself up to that next level. There's something very powerful about that, and that's that proverbial, because I don't believe you're an ugly duckling, but it's the proverbial ugly duckling shifting up into the swan, being able to show itself off in a different manner. So feeling into the energy of that feels very, very powerful. For you, Colleen. Yeah, you're welcome. Let me know if you have any questions too, Robin. Gail, what is expansive for me in the now moment? Ooh, I like this.
First call of the
Let
month.
me just mute that. I'm just going to write an answered at. Here we go. Okay. So beautiful. Your question is Gail, your question is, what is expansive for me in the moment? What is expansive for me in the moment, in the now moment, in the present moment? This is so interesting. And I want to answer this from a first person, as in my own perspective. What did you set for an intention? That's going to be what I want to ask you first, Gail, is what did you set for an intention coming into 2023? I know that I set the intention of an accelerated spiritual journey coming into 2023. And that actually began back in November. I don't think I really realized that, but when I honed in and made that my intention, it's been really magical to see what's been happening for myself ever since then. Okay. Meaning that when something comes up and it's obvious that I'm being asked to take a break, I'm actually creating an email about that right now. Why do I need to take a break? No, I don't want to take a break, I think is what it's called. And it's about, I'm going to hone in on your question again. What is expansive for me in the now moment? In the now moment, what is coming up? Okay, so when I talk about in the now moment, I'm going to use last Monday a week ago as the example. My husband came home from work and said, I've taken the last 2 days of this week off. We're going to go away fat biking. And I went, what? Because I was doing a workshop this Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. It just ended yesterday, the Reveal the Incredible You. And I just had all these things flow through my head of, I can't go away. I got to do this. I got to do that. And then in that next moment, I took a look at, what, he's asking me to go away. There's a reason, first of all, why he needs to go away. And maybe I should look at the reasons why I need to go away. So when we're talking about what is expansive for me in the now moment, what is happening in this now moment? I love this because this is all about bringing your awareness to what is going on in your life in this now moment. Right now, you are right here listening to me talk about a spiritual journey expansion, right? So what are you embracing in this now moment? In this moment, you're taking time for yourself. You're sitting down, you're questioning something, and you're getting information come through. I was going to say channeled information come through. So there's something about you recognizing what the now moment is. That's huge. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Recognize what the now moment is. So for me, the now moment is being here on this Q&A. The now moment is that I'm tapping into the energy of this Akashic Records guide and my Source Dragon. They both help me when I'm doing readings, when I'm doing soul readings, and I can feel the energy of this. So in this now moment, I am feeling so connected. I want to say, I'm going to take this a step further. I am feeling so alive. I'm feeling, this has come up so much in the last 3 days. I am feeling so emotional. And I'm telling you that I'm feeling so emotional because I am connected in. And when I'm saying I'm feeling emotional, it's exactly what you said there. Living from wonder. Yeah, the awe-filled, orgasmic, magical. Yes. Yes, that's beautiful. Yes, the intention. I love what you've written down. I love that. And the unapologetically me. Beautiful. Yes. So I love that's your intention of 2023. Now use that every moment. What is expansive for me in the now moment? Right now, that now moment is you've come into here to ask, what is expansive for me? It's being in the awareness. It's being in the awareness. It's like when I gave myself over to talking about that Akashic Records guide, and I don't know if you can feel how I just totally shift into the energy of that. The Akashic Records guide, the Source Dragon. My body physically changes, I believe, in how it's even chemically made up. It's like water. It's like water, we can say bad things at water, and it's been proven that the molecules look horrible, and we can say really good things and the molecules look wonderful. So that now moment, it's what are you aware of and how are you using it to better yourself in exactly what you said your intention. Okay, so for me, jumping back to this, oh no, I don't want to take a break, what it ended up being was absolutely incredible. It actually, myself taking a break, empowered that side of me that loves to fat bike, that loves doing things, that loves traveling with her husband. Again, I could just feel so much come up in me around this, so much love. Also, two other things have happened to me in the month of January with regards to this spiritual expansion, and I want you to really heed what I'm saying here. In the meantime, anybody else who's watching live, there are no more questions. So when I'm done with Gail, we're done. So if you have a question, you might want to write it down, okay? And hi to everybody that is here. Gail and anybody else that's listening. I also heard the word authority and heard it described again. And this is a word that I have definitely heard so many times. In fact, it was a word that I asked my husband many, many years ago. I asked him, what did authority mean to him? And then I wrote down what authority meant for me, and then I had got his reply. Authority, in my mind, means what it means is that I am the go-to person. So I am the go-to person on self-love and connecting with that most intimate guide, the little you. Just like you're the go-to person, Gail, for what your platform is. Okay. So own that authority. Own it. Don't be a authority, or an, if you're proper English, an authority. Be the authority. As soon as I heard this again this year, and maybe I should tell you something else first here. Where am I going with this? Okay. No, I'm going to go that way first. Thank you, guys. As soon as I heard that this year about the authority again, I recognized that, yes, I recognized that I was gifted in how I bring across this information. However, I wasn't stepping into the energy that I am actually the authority on this. And I want to claim that I am the authority that I in this, because I know what a difference I am making in people's lives when they are coming and having conversations with me or entering my path, my spiritual path on the path to self-love, right? And the confidence. What I wanted to tell you was, you now know what I believed authority was. When I asked my husband thought that, my husband feels, not thought, my husband feels that authority is that figure that's in a force, meaning like the army, the air force, the police force, the government bodies. That's what he was thinking about when I asked what authority meant to him. I tell you, I much prefer my authority over his authority. I'd rather be one of the leaders than, and coming from a place of love, rather than coming from a place of force like all the other ones. I won't say tend to be, but their track record, right? Yeah, that was very powerful. What else did I want to say about that? Authority is the one thing. And then the other piece of that was stepping into the energy of how am I talking? How am I talking about this? Right? Am I still in that? My gosh, I got to get people to join me. I need to get people to join me. Blah, da, 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 da. No, what I did was I really recognized the power that I have when I'm actually talking from my heart. And that's what I'm doing today. I'm talking from my heart space, right? I'm talking about the taking a break. I'm talking about authority. I'm talking about speaking from my heart with passion. And when I did this event over these last 3 days, the Reveal the Incredible You, I'm telling you, the stuff that came up for people was really magical. When I do these courses, I participate. I'm not there as this higher up going, oh, this is what you guys are doing. Now talk about it. No, I'm immersed in the muck and the mire, just like you guys. And there's something really magical about that beautiful relationship that we are all coming together in as equals. And if you're speaking from your heart, each and every one of you, and as the authority, wow. Okay. I really like what you said there, Gail. I love that that authority word came through. I feel I own it, but there's a part of me that doesn't like that force energy. Then that force energy, I love this. I love this. That force energy, change that. Be the authority from my point of view. And when I say my point of view, I mean that I'm not coming in as a force. That's where that second piece came in, right? Was that coming from the heart? I'm no longer coming from my head as the authority. Okay, so I'm no longer going, you know what, you guys, if you need to listen to me because I know what I'm talking about with regards to self-love. No, I may have come across in that manner. I'm not sure that I did, but I may have. But now I'm coming across as, you know what? I have spent years stepping in the energy of the I am love mantra, and I know that it has changed my life. I want you guys to feel that. I want you guys to feel what I'm feeling for myself. I want you to feel it for yourself. So when I talk about this I am love mantra, some of you know exactly what I'm talking about because you've adopted it yourself. This is why I'm the authority on this, is because I have walked this path. I have not loved myself, and I have gone into loving myself. Do you see the difference there, Gail? That wasn't force. That was me talking about my own journey, about my own transformation. And I can help you. I can help you with that self-love part of that. Right? Everybody take a breath. Let's actually breathe our way through the I am love right now. Okay? So feel into the energy of that. Place your hand on your heart, arms around yourself. I know that I breathed our way through it at the beginning, but I'd like to do it again. So I am love. I am loved. I am loving. I am lovable. I love me. I love myself. And so it is. I want to say one more piece to this. You know, I don't think it's enough for me just to go and say that I'm the authority on self-love and speak about the I am love mantra from a passionate place, because there are so many skeptics out there, and people think that self-love is a gimmick. We know from listening to Belle, the Let's Talk, we know from watching incredible artists and social media icons that are committing suicide. We know that self-love is not a gimmick, that there is something intricately wrong with our system of humanity right now. And when I talk about being authority about self-love, I mean that I am the person to come to connect with, because I will help you connect with those parts of yourself that don't love you, those parts of yourself you don't love. I will help you connect with those parts of you that are about expectations and limiting beliefs and upper limits, and help you figure that out so that you can get through to the other side and lead a life you never would have thought possible. I know that's what I'm doing with my life. I traveled for 2 years because of loving myself, right? So that's what I mean, Gail. I just wanted to bring that home to you, okay? Maria, thank you for your question here too. Actually, I'm going to read your response there first. Gail, it's not even that I don't like it, but a part of me judges it if I am coming from my knowing, I get to embrace that everything has its place in time. I would use space over time. Okay. It's the balance of the feminine and masculine energy. It's the calmness and the storm that resides within the ocean. Speak from the heart. I mean, I've listened to your lives. You're speaking from the heart. Maybe I'll go and have a listen to the next couple that you do, and see what comes up and see what guidance comes in that moment. See if there's a little piece that I can grab out for you and say, this, why aren't you using this? Right? It's just like there's a member in our community. She's been watching me for a number of years. We've been together having personal chats since 2017. And she has really started to shift into the energy of who she is and recognizing some of the things that she absolutely loved about her own life. That's what I loved about my own life, was my ability to make that change. So if you have brought this into your life, speaking from it, from that part, is so important. Thank you, Gail. And Maria, thank you for your patience. I really need to drink water. Yeah. And I was speaking from my heart too, but something clicked for me recently. And I'm not absolutely sure what it was, but something clicked for me recently that changed that. Answered. Okay, so let's go back to what Maria, I'm just shifting back and forth between screens here, so thank you for your patience. Hi, I'm cooking hot now too. Maria, February is my birthday month. Yay! And you're 33 this year. I love it. You know what? Comically enough, I'll be 60 this year. And it's so interesting how I feel about that number. But I remember when I turned 55, and I was ecstatic with that number, because like 33, 55 is just such a power number, right? I love that you love the energy of 33. How can I be working more closely with my spiritual guides? I love this, Maria. Set the intention. First of all, what intention did you set coming into the new year? Now, when I'm saying set intentions, I'm not necessarily talking about goals. My New Year's resolution is this. No, what's your intention? What was your intention coming into 2023? Did you set one? If you haven't, it's never too late to set an intention. Okay, we can set an intention daily or for the year. It doesn't really matter. The next thing that I will tell you, and this is so interesting because I'm actually, as I'm writing my latest book, it's Look, Sandy, I Can Fly. As I'm writing it, I am going through my morning pages from 2017, and I really recognized how I stepped into the energy of choosing and setting the intention of working with one guide specifically. My hands are on fire talking about this, Maria. With one guide specifically for 30 days. Pick a guide. Pick a guide and then work with that guide for 30 days. Now, when I say pick a guide, for me, it was a major traumatic period that I was going through. Very traumatic, very dramatic as well. And the guide that I chose, it was so interesting because I didn't go in to pick a guide that had any specific rules. And I'll explain that in just a minute. But the guide that came through for me in that moment was because of a thing that I was in. And there was a number of guides. I think there was 10 different guides, 6 or 12 different guides that were actually offered. And I randomly picked one, and this is who came through. This is what it looked like, and then how it worked with me through the next 30 days. Okay. In this case, you're coming in kind of blind. Who are my spiritual guides, right? I want to work more closely with my spiritual guides. Choose which guide you want to work with. Now, when I say choose which guide you want to work with, this could be just like, I'm going to share this again. When I went to a paint night, I decided I wanted to connect with my creative guide. And we were supposed to paint a snowy owl on the backdrop of this pale blue whitish backdrop. At the end of that paint night, I didn't have an owl painted at all. My creative guide and myself, this is what I painted instead. Right? And that's because I was working with my creative guide. The Akashic Records guide and the Source Dragon, I know that they're my two guides that I can connect with when I'm doing stuff like this, when I'm doing soul readings. In fact, when I'm doing stuff like this, where I'm just doing it on the fly like this, these guys are sitting there in case I need them, but the information is coming in such rapid fire from you guys' guides that I don't necessarily need these guides. Okay. And then I have my animal entourage. I mean, you've been in the medicine wheel. You know what it's like to have an animal entourage. Pick a guide, right? If it's wolf, work with wolf. Choose to be connected with wolf on a 30-day basis. This is how you develop the relationships with your spiritual guides, okay? Working more closely with them. As I said, it could be a creative guide. It could be your financial guide. It could be your relationship guide. It could be your physical body guide. Your taking care of your human vessel guide. It could be like I said, the Akashic Records guide. Like, there's so many guides out there. And sometimes when we hone in on, this is what I want to focus in on, that one specifically will come through and aid you. And you can then ask questions of it. Like, I can't even go on and on because there's just so much information with that. That's huge. How do you feel about that, Maria? I feel so vibrant today. I think it has to do with coming off of this 3-day Reveal the Incredible You. You know, well, I'm waiting for your reply on that. There's nobody else has any questions, so I just want to share with you that I have this incredible dragonfly quiz that has been sitting in space, waiting to be revealed. And it's because I really wasn't sure how to bring it in, and I wasn't sure how to have it go out. And that has been part of the energy of me shifting into my spiritual journey, expanding. I want to know more about how to bring things to you guys, to myself. And this dragonfly quiz, my vision is first of all, imagine a child chasing a dragonfly. Can you feel that? Imagine that child is your little you chasing the dragonfly. Can you feel that? Yeah. Well, this dragonfly quiz, when you catch the dragonfly, you get to see some energy in one of the chakras around you and this beautiful colored dragonfly that shows up for you, right? When you catch the dragonfly. It's so powerful. And I can feel the magic of that really starting to unfold. And I'm going to be unveiling things. I unveiled something to the group yesterday that participated in the Reveal the Incredible You, and I would love to reveal it with you guys in future moments. Okay, Maria, let's see what your response was. I'm just at such an exciting juncture. I have the feeling like I don't want to miss anything along the way. Beautiful. In my daily meditations, I talk to my spirit team about trust and belief, but I'm really stepping into the energy of creating my true life. Love it. I love it. Okay, so let me just kind of tap into this. So here now, because I'm actually notice that, like I said, everything's just coming rapid fire. Now I'm making a point of connecting with specific guides, both the Source Dragon and the Akashic Records. Okay, so bear with me here a moment. So you could have a trust guide, or you could have, no, I'm just going to wait and see. Bear with me here. Both these guys, and it's so comical because usually when I'm at reaching out to the Akashic records, he's literally running up the stairs and he's going to the shelves of books and he's grabbing something, right? Then the source dragon is usually right there with his upper limbs, with this beautiful galactic energy swirling it, and they usually got stuff for me, but they're both going like this at me, and they're like, pick a guide. Pick a guide, woman. They want you to pick a guide. You know what? It's so interesting because this is something that's been coming up in the medicine wheel, especially the last quarter. We're in whatever quarter we're in now. I mean, the last quarter before that, it became really apparent that some of us, and this is how this one's come through, some of us tend to be just there. We're there. We're letting whatever the guides want to show us come through, right? But when we make the decision to step into it in a different way, that's way different. That's way different. So here you are, you're writing, you talk to your spirit team about trust and belief, but I'm really stepping into the energy of creating my true life. So your intention this year is beginning to create my true life. I'm working towards creating my true life, right? So yeah, a writing challenge. Ask the same question maybe. What can I do today that's leading me in the direction of my true life? What does true life mean for me? There's a good question, right? Use that phrase in some manner for your 30-day writing challenge if that's what you're choosing to do, right? Okay. Let's see what else wants to come through. 9:33 here. 8:33 where you are. Mine's all about threes. Yours is 8. 8 and 6 is 14. 1 is you. 4 is foundation. 5 is change. There's something you're being asked to change something, and that is exactly what I've been talking about. You've been asked to actually make a decision what guide you want to work with, and work with that guide. Okay, like I said, it can be. How do I say this? When I use the word, when I use the word random guide, I'm talking about, the animal ones or the archangels or what have you. But when you choose a specific guide, what I mean by that is like one who is specifically for protection. And I don't like the word protection, but I'm actually going to stop saying that. I'm going to stop saying that. Anyway, there's guides about weight loss. There's guides about eating properly. There's guides about writing, aid me in my writing. There's so many, there's the gatekeeper. There's so many different types of guides. Okay. Yeah. And I think starting with that question is super powerful. What does true life mean for me? Right? Because you know what? I feel like in this moment, I'm living my true life. I'm living my true life. When I walk out of this room, that brings up such mixed emotions in me because we know we are here in this town, and you know where I live. We know we're here in this town as a stepping stone, right? I'm just laughing because of something my husband said the other day. And we know that it's likely that we're going to be here not necessarily longer than we thought, but for a longer period of time than either of us would really like. And I guess that's personal choice, right? That's personal choice to be here for the reasons that we're being here. And it's a non-selfish reason. It's a reason it's giving from the heart because of a family member. And that brings up so much emotion in me. And I guess why it brings up emotion in me is because ultimately this is not what we want to do. I have actually watched with my husband for the last year. On one hand, emotionally or mentally go downhill. And that's no reflection on I don't even know what I want to say with that. No reflection on. I was recognizing it, and I think ultimately he was recognizing that there's something going on, and we kept putting it to. In fact, we had conversations about this. The amount of mountain biking that we were getting in, which was pretty minimal, really quite pretty minimal. And so I started to tell him, "Oh, I rode the stationary bike today." And then over, just before we went away in November, he started to get on it once in a while. He's not on it currently, but he started to get on it once in a while. And then we planned that trip and we got to go away, and that renewed something in him. Taking the break from his work renewed something in him. And from there, he came back and we started fat biking outside of town, locally. And in fact, when he took the 2 days off last week at the end of his work week and we went away fat biking, I watched what that did for him. That renewed his life. That renewed his passion for living. And these things, these little bits are giving him something to hold on to while we're here in a place that ultimately is only a stepping stone right now. And I think it's really, I don't know what you guys are getting from what I'm saying, but I'm hoping you're recognizing the energy of what I'm laying down, that things will change. How we shift our thoughts around the things. Like I could tell you, we don't like being here. We don't like riding trails here. However, did you notice what I did say? That this is a stepping stone area, that we are here for unselfish reasons because of a family member. Like we're both devoted and committed to being here in this spot, right? So powerful, so powerful. It gives us a whole different way of looking at what we're doing here. And while we're here, what am I doing? I am allowing myself to hop into things that will expand me. Like the word authority came up, like the passion coming from my heart came up, the way that the dragonfly stuff is coming through. It's so powerful because I've allowed myself to shift from the yuck to the what can I gain from this? What can I do instead of being in the energy of that yuck? Yeah, exactly. It's doing the best you can do to find expansive things to be and do instead of focusing on what is not present. Yeah, we used to say, my husband and I used to say for the past year, the first, the first year that we lived here, we're now living in this town for a year and a half. We're back in this town. So for the first year of that, it was like, we're tired of the mountain bike trails here. That's why we're not riding. Can you feel the energy of that? At this point, it's like, you know what? I'm getting on that stationary bike. It's a spin cycle. It sucks, but I love what it's doing for my ability to hike a bike and actually ride my fat bike. It's really quite incredible. And I'm starting to think, you know what? Even if I am not totally keen on this, then it's better getting out and doing it than not doing it at all. Why would I cut off my hand because it's doing something I don't like, right? Develop some way of looking at it so you like something of it. It's like looking for the silver lining, right? The silver lining of living here is, one, we're by my dad, and secondly, there are trails to ride. Get on our bikes and ride, right? You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much. I'm actually going to go outside and go for a walk. The Spiritual How-To program is coming up right away. It runs until the end of March. I alluded to the Dragonfly quiz. I'm really, really excited about that. I'm just doing some finishing touches now that I've got the other pieces here. Thank you, Maria. It's like training for the big race. Exactly. You know what? When I get on that stationary bike, and I call it stationary, it's actually a spin cycle. So that front flywheel weighs 40 pounds. So can you imagine pedaling a 40-pound thing? My dad and my husband, they used to say to me, well, just turn down the tension. It has nothing to do with tension. There is no tension on that. If I put tension on that, I can't even imagine. It is the weight of the wheel that I'm turning. Anyway, yeah, keep those back muscles strong. And that's what I'm doing. I am actually building up that tool for myself so that when I do go out mountain biking and fat biking, it's amazing what I can actually do. For instance, this fat biking trip that we did last weekend, on Friday, it snowed. It snowed all night. And when we got up in the morning, it was still snowing, and big snowflakes, massive snowflakes. And by the time, like, I actually said to my husband, we need to go now. Let's go mountain biking now, or fat biking now, because of the snow. It's still falling and it's supposed to warm up, which means it's probably going to melt, which is going to be even worse. So let's go now. Well, when we went, we were pushing through 3 to 4 inches of snow. He was in front of me, I'm behind him. So I'm actually following his track. Now I'm telling you, that's core workout when you're on a one track that's this wide, right? Anyway, I put it down to the work that I'm doing on this spin cycle made me far more capable of lasting as long as I did the other day on my fat bike because of that. So there's definitely a really good reason that I'm on that. And I love you too, Maria. You're incredible. So, like I said, I revealed something to the group, a beautiful workshop that I got coming up, a 6-week workshop that works with the dragonfly, the little you, and specific things in those chakras. And I'll reveal a little bit more of that to you guys at a future date. I love you guys. You're all magical. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Thanks for being here.